limited depth wheel contacts the ground. The tool will work under this depth. Speed control of farming tool coming down. When turn the knob anti-clockwise, the farming tool coming down speed becomes slower. When turn the knob anti-clockwise to maximum position, the farming tool is locked at the desired height. At this time, even operate the force and position control levers, the farming tool will be no up or down. During operation, choose the appropriate farming tool coming down speed based on the farming tool mass and ground hardness, so as to avoid damaging the farming tool due to overfast speed. Attention! When the tractor drives on the road hanging with the farming tool, the down speed control knob shall be rotated counterclockwise to max position and lock the farming tool at the transport position. Forced pressing into soil hydraulic system. Optional. Forced pressing into soil hydraulic system is controlled by the slide valve with a floating position, with the 4 locations of lifting, neutrality, descending, and floating. Lifting. Pull up the handle to the lifting position. Farming tool rises to the height required. Pull back the handle to the neutral position. Farming tool is fixed to the desired position. Neutrality. Shift the handle to the neutral position. Farming tool is fixed to the certain position. Descending. Shift the handle to the descending position. The farming tool is forced to descend by the hydraulic oil. Only when the farming tool is difficult to dig into soil by its own weight, only a short time is it permitted to use. After the tool is forced into soil, immediately shift the handle to the floating position. Floating. Move down the handle to reach the end to the floating position. The operating depth of farming tool is controlled by depth wheel. When there is no depth wheel, adjust the operating depth by changing the limit position of lift cylinder. In the farming process, when the hydraulic system is in a floating state, tractor unit is working along the ground contour. Attention! When the farming tool is lifted to the highest position or descended to the lowest position, the handle should be promptly returned to the neutral position to reduce the hydraulic system heat and to prevent damaging the hydraulic components. Usage of hitch device. The Category 2 or 3 hitch device is chosen to link with farming tool for this series. Before the tool connecting with the tractor hanging device, the necessary adjustments should be done according to the tool use manual. It is mainly composed of lower pulling lever, lifting lever, upper pulling lever, and limit lever. The linking and adjustment of all levers will be introduced following. Lower pull lever. Lower pull lever and lifting lever are linked by 2 connecting holes, front and back hole. The front hole is usually connected for normal operation, example, plow, etc., while the back hole is usually connected for the implement driven by YTO shaft and large duplex operation implement, such as rotary plow, etc. Lifting lever. Generally, the length of lifting lever shall be adjusted at medium length. The purpose of adjusting the lifting lever is to adjust the lateral horizontal position of the tool. Upper pull lever. The length adjustment of the upper pull lever is mainly to adjust the longitudinal horizontal position of the tool. There are 2 holes connecting with the base for use. A suitable location can be chosen according to the tool column height. Limit lever. The limit lever mainly restricts the lateral swing distance of the tool. Insert the lock pin into the lateral hole of limit socket so that limit lever is fixed. Insert the lock pin into the mid hole of limit lever. The lever will have certain movement allowance. Turn the threaded limit lever socket can adjust the length of limit lever so that the max lateral movement freedom of the lower pull lever no smaller than 120 millimeters. Choose the movement range of limit lever based on the tool operation mode. Attention! When the customer uses the complete implement, He shall distinguish the type of hitch device and implement accordingly. The Category 2 hitch may couple with Category 2 special implement. Otherwise, the implement or tractor hitch device may be damaged to cause the tractor cannot work in normal conditions. Operation requirements of hitch device. The implement is permitted to have minor swing during tractor operation. It is suitable for small load implement with less lateral swing movement. Example, rotavator, seeder, rotary cultivator, and etc. When tractor works with implement with depth wheel, it shall work at floating position. When the tractor turns back at the end of the field, the implement must be lifted away from the ground before turning, and the turning speed shall be no more than 5 kilometers per hour. Otherwise, it may damage the implement or tractor hitch device. After turning, when the tractor is driving in straight line, slowly move the implement down into the earth. When the tractor with hitch device is during long-distance transportation, the lifting bar length shall be adjusted to shorter and move the upper pull bar to max position. Fix the upper pull bar with fixed bracket. When the tractor with the implement is during its transportation or turns at the end of field, it is not permitted to steer or cross over obstacles at high speed. Forbid to make any adjusting, cleaning, or do other work under the lifted implements when there are no safety precautions. When operating with implement, avoid the tractor is towed eccentrically. Usage of drawbar hook with hitch device. Choose the drawbar hook and hitch device based on the types of implement and trailer and local rules and regulations. The correct selection of drawbar hook and hitch device will deeply influence the operation performance and the stability of tractor. Adjustable drawbar hook is suitable to all types of trailers. There are 6 adjusting locations to be chosen. Attention! 1. The traction point position is increased. The traction force can be enhanced, but may cause dangerous, so the traction point position should be as low as possible. 2. When the front wheel drive is used, the trailer hooks shall be low, so the traction points are as close as possible to the level. 3. Do not overload during the traction operations and with trailer. Operation of hydraulic output valves. According needs, tractor may install 1, 2, 3 pieces of spool hydraulic output valves. The 2 pieces of valves can be mostly selected for strong pressed type. In cab, move forward the control lever of multi-way valve. The multi-way valve piston rod will be pushed by the control connection lever and mechanism linked with the multi-way valve, so the valve oil path are opened. The upper chamber of dual-action oil cylinder will receive the oil. The lower chamber will return the oil, or vice versa. The upper chamber returns the oil. The lower chamber receives oil. When single-action oil cylinder is used for the implement, loosen the single-double function knob on the multi-way valve. The multi-way valve matched is used as single-action. Each control valve is composed of 2 ZG half-inch female quick joints, which are connected with the 2 male quick joints of the implement. When hydraulic joints are used, it is necessary to complete the following work, and then the male joints can only be connected with the female joints. Engine flameout. Move down the implement. Move fore and aft the hydraulic output valve lever to eliminate the interior pressure of hydraulic quick joints. Remove the plastic cover of the female joints. Clean the quick joints. Attention! The lifter and hydraulic output valve cannot be used at the same time. Operation of PTO device. This PTO device has 2 kinds of the control methods of synchronization and independent. Synchronous type PTO. Pull up the PTO control lever. The PTO shaft speed will be proportional to the tractor driving wheel speeds. Neutral position. PTO control lever is in the neutral position. Independent type PTO. Pull down the PTO control lever. PTO shaft is completely independent. Step the clutch pedal to stop the tractor. PTO shaft can continue to work. Pull up the clutch lever of PTO shaft. PTO shaft will stop working, but do not affect the tractor running. Attention! Must disengage the PTO clutch before adjusting the implement driven by PTO shaft. Adjusting distance of front and rear wheels. Front and rear wheels distance is adjusted by changing the connecting position of spoke and hub. The sliding type rear wheels distance is infinitely adjusted by changing the hub position. The specific ways are: prop up the rear wheels of the hydraulic jack so that the rear wheel can rotate freely. Untighten the 6 fixed screws with spanner. Do not remove the screws. Use the suitable length of M16 bolt to screw into the bushing. Pull out the bushing from the rim. If the lower bushing does not move, strike the head with heavy hammer for several times. Then untighten the bushing. Adjusting at the desired tire distance. Screw off the M16 bolt. Screw down the fixed screws at the bushing, and tighten the screws with spanner according to requirements. Attention! When adjusting the rear wheel distance, the arrow at the side of tire shall point to the forward direction of tractor. Always ensure the 2 front and rear wheels are symmetric along the center line of tractor. When tightening the hub screws, prop up the tractor. The tire will be away from ground, and then tighten the hub screws. Usage of auxiliary system. Warm air system can be selected to provide a comfortable driving environment for this series tractor, which consists of heating valve, heater, and system pipes. The customer may adjust the interior cab temperature based on the change of ambient temperatures. Close heater inlet valve when not used. Users do not use antifreeze when the ambient temperature is below 0 degrees centigrade, while discharge the engine cooling water and discharge the heating water. The working lamp socket can be used to connect the working lamp for illumination. 7-pin socket can supply exterior power connection. Chapter 3. Tractor running in and service maintenance. Section 1. Tractor running in. The X-Works or Big After Repair tractor must be used after running in test. Otherwise, it will cause early mechanic wearing and shorten the operation lifetime. Preparation before running in. Carry out 50 hours technical service for tractor before the running in. First, check the completeness of all parts at all positions. If there is shortage or damage, refill sufficient lube oil, grease, fuel, and coolant as per the specifications. Check if the electrical wiring connection is correct and reliable. Diesel engine idle running in. Do running in respectively for 5 minutes with small, middle, and big throttles. Check the water temperature gauge, oil pressure gauge at all time. PTO shaft idle running in. Locate the engine at mid-throttle. Engage the PTO shaft lever. Let the PTO shaft idle run for 5 minutes. Disconnect the PTO lever after running in. Keep the PTO shaft in stop position. Hydraulic system running in. After starting up the engine, locate the throttle at mid-position to run the engine. Operate the position control lever and observe if the hydraulic system works freely or not. Hang on heavy objects about 0.6 tons or implement with equivalent mass on the hitch device. Run the engine at big throttle. Operate the position control lever. Let the hitch device can freely go up or down at full stroke. Observe if the hydraulic hitch device can be fixed at highest or desired position, and check if there is oil leakage. Under the normal condition, when the tractor is still, run the engine at low, mid, and high speeds. Steadily operate the steering wheel left and right for 10 times respectively. Observe the movement of tractor front wheel during left and right steering. Listen if the noise is normal, and check if the steering wheel operation is steady and easy. Operate each hydraulic output valve lever to up or down positions. Observe if the hydraulic quick change adapter and piping system has oil leakage or not. Attention! Analyze the reason and remove the trouble whenever the failure occurs during the running in. Tractor idle drive and running in with load. The running in for tractor can be done only when the technical status for all parts running in are in normal conditions, following the running in procedures and time sequence as the tables and figures in the manual. After the idle drive running in, when the tractor technical status is completely normal, the laden running in can be done. During the idle drive running in, steer to the left and right and properly use the brake. When the tractor is for running in at gears low 3 and 4, engage the front drive axle. Disengage the front drive axle when doing running in at other gears. Must pay attention during running in whether the readings of all electrical equipments and instruments are normal or not, if the engine is running at normal condition, if the clutch is smoothly engaged and completely disengaged, if the gear change is easy and flexible, if the brake work is reliable, if the engagement and disengagement of differential lock is reliable, if the steering is flexible and reliable, if the front drive axle engagement is smooth. Stop the tractor immediately and remove the trouble when finding any abnormal phenomenon or failure. Technical service after running in. Drain the lube oil of the sump while it is hot. Clean the oil drain plug. Change the oil filter. Refill new oil according to specifications. Change the engine diesel filter. Clean the air filter element and replace with new oil. Refer to the engine operation and maintenance manual for other maintenances after engine running in. Drain the lube oil in gearbox, lifter, and rear axle while it is hot. Clean the oil drain plug and all filters, then refill with new lube oil to specified level at all aggregates. Change the hydraulic oil of the steering hydraulic system. Clean the steering oil tank. Check and tighten all exterior screws and nuts. Check the free strokes of clutch. Make an adjustment if needed. Refill the new lube grease to all points of tractors based on the service maintenance table. Attention! The tractor may be launched into operation after technical service after running in. The tractor lifetime may be extended with careful running in check and provide you more economic benefits. Section 2. Tractor Technical Maintenance. The tractor user shall frequently check the technical status based on the specified procedures and methods and undertake technical service in order that the tractor can lie in perfect status and the lifetime can be extended. Pay attention to safety during maintenance. Prevent being scalded while draining oil or approaching the high temperature sections of diesel engine. Forbid to remove the pipes when there is still pressure in the hydraulic system. Stop the machine, move the hydraulic operation lever to and from for several times. Release the pressure in the pipes. Keep alert on firefighting when tractor is at working or refuel in order to prevent fire accidents. Switch off power when maintain the electrical system. Regular technical maintenance. 8 to 10 hours. Clean the dust and dirt on the tractor. Remove the dust on the orifice of oil filling. Clean the lube oil orifice and grease nipple. Check the tractor exterior tightening nuts and screws. Check the oil level of engine oil sump. Check the status of fan belt for any damage or cracks. Follow the instructions of engine manual to change the belt. Check the engine air intake pipes. Clean the air filter and avoid the damage to engine due to pipe broken or air filter blockage. Observe the level of water tank. Observe the oil gauge on the dashboard. Open the steering oil box and check the hydraulic steering oil level. Check the brake oil box level. Check the operation performance of the steering system. Measure the dimension between the brake pedal and ground. Make sure the dimension is 150 millimeters. If not appropriate, it is needed to adjust the limit screw in the brake pump until to meet the requirements. Attention! When the oil pipes for brake system is removed, or check the brake performance and make alignment, the brake system needs to bleed the air. Air bleeding for brake system shall follow the below-mentioned methods. During the air bleeding process, the oil level between the left and right zones of oil tank shall maintain at the max level. The air bleeding for brake system is done by two persons. One slowly depress the left brake pedal to the end, unable to create the braking pressure. The other unscrews the air bleed plug by half circle so that the oil can flow out while the one depresses the brake pedal. Tighten the air bleed plug. Repeat the above movements until the air bubble drains out with the overflow oil. Regulation of parking brake. When the free stroke of ratcheted sector panel exceeds 5 ratchets, regulate as the following methods. First, loosen the nut. Turn the connecting lever until the free stroke to sector panel is about 3 to 4 ratchets. Then retighten the nut. Refills with lube grease as the tractor maintenance chart. Check the air pressure both front and rear tires. Charge as specified when lacking air. The tire pressure during transport shall be 147 to 196 kPa. The pressure at cultivation is about 98 to 118 kPa. Check if the lifter operating can perform in normal condition or not. Check if the tractor has air, oil, or water leakage. Remove the trouble when occurs. Check if the operation of lamp, horn, and instruments are normal or not. Maintain the diesel engine as the engine operation and maintenance manual. 50 hours technical maintenance. Complete the all work of 8 to 10 hours technical maintenance. Refill with lube grease based on tractor maintenance diagrams. Check the oil level of the air filter if reached to the marked position or not. Maintain the diesel engine based on the engine service manual. 200 hours technical maintenance. Complete all work of 50 hours technical maintenance service. Clean the oil filter of hydraulic lifter. Change the filter core when necessary. Clean the air filter core and refill with new oil. Change the air filter core and refill the new oil. Change the lube oil in engine oil pan and check lube oil level. Must switch off the engine. It is better to change the oil while the engine oil is hot. Open the oil filling orifice cover. Unscrew the oil drain plug and drain the engine oil. Pay attention to the environment contamination by the used oil and collect it. Retighten the oil drain plug right after oil is drained out. Disassemble the rotary mounted oil filter with special oil filter spanner. Disassemble the rotary mounted oil filter with special oil filter spanner. Change with the original brand oil filter core. Apply with a bit of oil on the new core sealing ring and secure it tight. Refill with new oil from the engine oil filling orifice. Pay attention to refill oil as required. The refilling amount shall be within the upper-lower limits of oil stick. The test results within 5 minutes after refilling is used as the norm. In order to prevent the remaining oil affecting the total amount of oil in filter, When refilling is up to the dipstick scale of upper-lower limit, shortly start up the engine for 30 seconds. Stop for 5 minutes and test the oil amount. Refill when inadequate. Change the diesel oil filter core. Change the engine oil filter. Maintain the diesel engine as the operation and maintenance manual. 400 hours technical maintenance. Full contents of completing 200 hours technical maintenance. Refill the lube grease and maintain the tractor according to the tractor maintenance diagrams. Check the oil level of front drive axle and transmission housing. Refill when lack. Check the oil level of front drive axle housing. Refill when lack. Wash and maintain the filter of hydraulic steering oil tank. Maintain the engine as the manual. 800 hours technical maintenance. Full contents of completing 400 hours technical maintenance. Change the lube oil in steering oil tank. Unscrew the old drain plug at the bottom of fuel tank. Drain the impurities. Change the lube oil in transmission system and hydraulic system. When changing the lube oil, remove the front transfer box oil drain plug, transfer box drain oil plug, rear transfer box oil drain plug, left-right brake oil drain plug. Drain all used oil while it is hot. Retighten the plugs. Refill with new oil. Maintain the engine according to the manual. 1600 hours technical maintenance. Full contents of completing 800 hours technical maintenance. Change the antifreeze of water tank. Turn the wheel hub when changing front drive axle and oil. Keep the oil drain plug at bottom, unscrew the plug, and drain the contaminated oil. Turn the wheel hub again. Keep the plug orifice at horizontal position. Refill new oil to plug orifice. When change the front drive axle housing oil, drain the dirty oil from drain plug. Retighten oil drain plug and refill with new oil. Maintain the engine according to the manual. Long period storage technical maintenance. Change the new oil. Run the engine for several minutes under small throttle. Fill up the fuel tank. Wash and maintain the air filter. All operation levers will be located in neutral gear. The tractor front wheel shall be placed in center. The hitch device shall be at lowest position. Charge power for the battery. Clean the surface and apply lube grease on its electrodes. Prop up the front and rear axles of tractor. Move the tires away from ground. Reduce the tire load. If the tractor cannot be propped up, adjust the tire pressure based on tractor weight. Check the air pressure of tires every week. Cleanly wash the whole tractor with water. Dear clients, thank you for choosing YTO brand farm machinery. Before your operation, please get a general understanding of product performance in order to choose the farming machinery and implements to the best. Please also read carefully the contents in warranty card, product maintenance and operation manual, diesel engine operation and maintenance manual, so as to bring you the optimal economic benefits for you. When you buy our products, our service system will be ready to provide you the golden service at any time. The network for golden service is well distributed in the world. You may contact the local dealer service system to provide you the service in your vicinity whenever there is any failure happens to the tractor and wherever it is. The concept for golden service is, all work is done for the satisfaction of customers. We are ready to provide you affectionate, quick, professional, and value-added services at any time. We hereby cordially welcome your supervision, confirmation, and evaluation on all items of YTO service work. We look forward to the valuable comment from the extensive clients so as to enhance the product quality and service standards. YTO Golden Service, together with you. Number 154, Jianshu Road, Luoyang, Henan, PRC. www.yto.com.cn. Disassembly and maintenance of YTO 70 to 95 horsepower of LX series tractors. Introduction of China YTO Group Corporation.